Good afternoon, everyone. So I think we will make a start. Hopefully all those that were trying to get in have made it now into the live event. So good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today for the update on the Enabling Specialist Provision Recommission process. The new commission, once awarded, will start in spring 2022. We have the following agenda for today's live session, which we anticipate will last for no more than 30 minutes. And just so you're aware, we will be recording the session and will make it available for everyone to access after the event. So, on the agenda for today, there will be a brief introduction. We will provide an overview of the new commission process. There will be a detailed explanation with pictorial examples of the Delta e-tendering system and the dynamic purchasing system. We will talk you through the various DPS documents which will be available to assist you and guide you when completing the process required. And we will finally outline the timescales for the entire process from start to finish and identify key deadlines for you. So, the commissioning team here at CITB play a key role in developing and supporting commissions, such as the Enabling Specialist Provision. There are two individuals joining me today from that team who have played a significant role in this process. They are Elaine Morrissey and Cheryl Morgan. Both Elaine and Cheryl have been instrumental in putting this all together and provide that commissioning guidance and knowledge, which is invaluable when commissioning projects such as this. They will be taking you through some of the areas covered in today's events. For some of you, I will be familiar, having worked closely alongside you over the last couple of years. My role has involved coordinating and managing the CITB team who support the delivery of the SAP. I currently have a team of 5 SAP officers. I have noticed in that time a change in my title from transitional team leader to specialist applied skills program team leader. That was just an internal change and the role has remained unaltered in that time. So the objective of today's live event is to share key information with you as potential suppliers in the next commission. And today's event is not a forum for discussion, which I know may come as a disappointment to some people, but it is really important that we just share this information with you. You will see you've all been muted and you will remain so throughout the event. However, there will be opportunities for you to ask questions and make comments throughout the session using the question box, which I believe should be on the right-hand side of your screen. So please use that as much as you wish. It is there as a mechanism for you to share your thoughts and to put your questions down. We will then take those questions away and share responses with everyone in the coming days, so everyone can access all that information that we gather from today. When asking questions or making a comment, you may wish to remain anonymous, which is absolutely fine, and you can do this by ticking the anonymous box prior to posting. All attendees should be able to see the questions or comments made, and if you feel that a certain question or comment is really pertinent to you, please do like it by clicking the like button. The more likes there are, informs us of the importance of answering that question or responding to that comment. So it is really helpful for us to gauge, that is particularly an issue or something that you really want to know about. An FAQ document will be created from the questions received and along with CITB's responses will be shared with everyone. As I've previously mentioned, the event will be recorded and will be available for all those who have attended today and for anybody who was not able to attend. So please do not worry if you've missed anything throughout this session. You can revisit it at any point once it's been published and made available for you to access. We will also share the slides with you for reference. So, as an overview of the new commission, I'll cover some key points for you. CITB wishes to commission providers to develop and deliver a programme within the structure of each specialist scheme to enable specialist provision. The main aim of the Enabling Specialist Provision Commission is to support specialist qualifications not currently offered or in development for Apprentice Standards, or where a mainstream provision for new entrant training in that specialist occupation is not available. Specialist qualification lots will be identified through a lot qualification matrix. This will be uploaded to the Delta e-tendering system to provide you with the information on each of the lots you may wish to tender for. The contract to deliver each lot will be awarded through mini competitions, facilitated through the dynamic purchasing system, abbreviated as the DPS, and more detail on this will be shared later in the session. Some of you may already have a feel for a dynamic purchasing system through some other work you may have done. However, for those of you who are unfamiliar, simply it is a completely electronic e-sourcing system used to purchase commonly used goods, works or services. The DPS has an initial setup stage, and this involves a selection questionnaire, which is a self-declaration of a supplier's suitability to meet the requirements specified. By submitting the online application, you are formally declaring your suitability and confirming all the information you have provided is an accurate representation of your organisation. Following the initial setup stage, all suppliers will be notified if they've been successful or not in their application. At this point, all the mini competitions will be advertised as specialist lots. The mini competition process will require evidence to be submitted by you as specified in the commission documents. And just to put you at ease, there will be a second webinar in January to support you with that process, should you be successful in your application. The value of this Enabling Specialist Commission for the next 3 years has been calculated at £4.5 million, equating to £1.5 million per year. This demonstrates a growth in the fund from the last 2 years. CITB are keen to ensure that we are representing all the specialist occupations in this industry, and where the need emerges, additional specialist lots may be added to the DPS at any time, subject to application and approval. So I hope that's giving you a good flavour for the Commission and what we're going to cover today. So now I'm going to hand over to Cheryl Morgan, who will now guide you through the specifics of Delta and the DPS. Thank you.
Hi everyone. I'm going to talk you through how to get started on Delta for those who haven't used this tool before or haven't used for a while. The web address to the contract notice is as highlighted on the slide. Please make a note of the reference number VA7PFS67E6, as this will help you locate the DPS. You can also search via the government websites through Contract Finder and Find a Tender service using this reference number, or searching for CITB Enabling Specialist Provision. When you access the contract notice on Delta, you will see the screen as shown, which displays a summary of the service required and the tender. Should you require any technical assistance using Delta, you can access user guides in the help section or use the chat or telephone facilities where a helpful advisor can assist. To register or log in, click on the Register Interest. On the next screen, you'll have 2 options to either log in or create a new account. If you already have an account, you can log in, or if you have forgotten your login, click on Forgotten Password underneath and follow the instructions. For those new to Delta, click on Register for your Delta e-sourcing account. On the next screen, you'll have the option to register as either a buyer or a supplier. Each option allows different access to different areas of Delta accordingly. You will need to click on Register as a supplier to continue. Next, you will be taken to a form to start your registration, where you will need to enter details as requested. Follow the instructions to complete registration. Once you are registered, you can use the reference number, as provided earlier, to access the DPS selection questionnaire and accompanying commission documents. I'll now pass you on to Elaine, who will tell you a little bit more about these documents, next steps and timescales.
Thank you, Cheryl. That all seems a little bit daunting, but actually once you've registered and get onto the system, it's relatively easy to navigate. And once you get onto the system, you can actually now source all of these documents I'm about to share with you and the standard selection questionnaire. Now this is the document at this initial stage 1 that you need to fill in. It has basic sort of supplier information. Most of you will be used to this, but it's got about 11 sections. The first sort of sections 1 to 6 are about you, your current sort of situation, financial, any sort of mandatory or discretionary grounds that we might have to exclude you. All of these questions are pass or fail questions. You will also notice when you go onto Delta that there are some uploaded documents. These are quite important for you to read before you start filling in any of the standard selection questionnaire, because this will give you a guide as to what we're asking for. These are selection questions, and the Delta system will automatically pass or fail you on the answers that you're giving. So read very, very carefully and make sure you filled it in completely. We do have an override, so if some of the mandatory or discretionary exclusion grounds, if you've answered yes to any of those, it will automatically fail you, but you do get a chance to write in some of the text boxes any mitigating circumstances for that. We can then look at those mitigating circumstances and override the fail. So the guidance documents, the application guidance, will tell you how, what the DPS is, a little bit of help on how to fill in that selection questionnaire. As I say, it is a pass-fail at this stage. So the first stage is just the selection questionnaire getting you onto the dynamic purchasing system. As we've done that, you will get notified at the end of the session, which we'll just give a timetable in a second, and there will be an agreement which has some clauses. It's not a lengthy agreement. It's your normal terms and conditions that, you know, we've told the truth on this form and declaring that you understand confidentiality, data protection, and all those sort of normal things that you would expect to see. So don't be daunted by that document. It's not long, and it's literally just a signature to say, yes, the relevant people, the appropriate people have read, filled this in, and we are ready to agree to what's coming forward. Everything that happens comes through Delta, so any questions you have needs to go through the message center at Delta. We will compile all of the questions that come in and make sure that they get put out with answers back out onto the Delta system, so that one supplier may ask a question that we think, yes, everybody's going to need to know, and that will go out onto the Delta system. So everything is done through that. And I'm hoping it'll flicker. Look at that. So this, at the moment, we have 32 specialist lots, and I'll just leave that slide up for a minute while you frantically search through and see yours on there. When the lots go out, we will number them, so you will know which ones you're applying for. You don't have to just apply for a single one. You can apply for multiple lots, but we do ask you at that selection questionnaire stage which ones you are likely to apply for, and this helps us with our profiling for later on. Okay, I can go to the last slide, please. So frequently asked questions will be updated weekly on the Delta system. Now, we are aware that between now and the commission going live tomorrow, there may be questions. You may not be able to get onto the system and you've got a burning question you need to ask. We do have a commissioning at citb.co.uk. It's a general inbox, but it's an emergency inbox for you. If you cannot get your answer you need, please do come to us, and that will be Cheryl or I that come back to you. Please put the subject CITB ESP Recommission 2022 into your subject box, because there are a few people using this inbox. Right, the applications, you've got till the 11th of January. Because of Christmas, we've left it well over the 30 days. Read your guidance and your accompanying documents thoroughly. Complete that selection questionnaire on Delta. Put any questions that you need via the message centre, and then you will be notified through that system as the timetable that you will see on the guidance document as well. As Sula said, in January we'll be doing another live event that will explain the mini competition stage a little bit further, but your first stage is to get as a supplier onto our DPS system. Once you're a supplier, you will then be put into the mini competitions as they come out from January onwards. And just to leave you with the last slide with some dates. So the DPS is open from tomorrow, barring any technical issues. This is the first time that we've done this commission through a DPS, so it's a little bit new for us as well as you. So we're feeling the same sort of nervousness as anybody from doing this. The DPS notification period will carry on to the 11th of January, just so that we incorporate Christmas. And obviously, I know everybody over Christmas, there's a little bit of downtime. So we've left plenty of time for those selection questionnaires to be answered. Mini competition lots will open from the 17th of January. And we're aiming for the commission to start from the 1st of April. As Sula said, there's 3 years of funding available at the moment, but the beauty of the DPS is suppliers can join and leave at any time. We can put new specialisms on, and we can continue the commission as the funding and as the performance becomes clear to us. We'd like to thank you all for attending today. I hope you've put any questions into this live webinar. We will collate those into frequently asked questions. And we hope to see you all on Delta very, very soon. Thank you very much, and goodbye from Cheryl and Sula.